Hey, how you doing? All right, all right. I can't see. Boop. What's up, y'all? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. As everybody enters the room, go ahead and enter the room and say hey. We speak when we enter the room as a Southerner. And go ahead, double tap that screen for me if you would please. Share. Double tap. Let's stimulate the algorithm. Let's let everybody know we're going to study some dosage calculations tonight after a long work day, but tonight. And for everybody who's wondering, this is going to be on the replay on my YouTube channel. So if you missed something, it'll be on here. All right. If you would please let me know what program you're in, RN, LPN, Associate, BSN, Bridge, Over Troubled Waters. Whatever it is that you are in, med students, pre-med, pharmacy, dental, optometry, whatever program, we welcome you. Pre-licensure ABSN. Okay. Have I went over injections yet? I haven't went over anything. I just came on. What type of injection problems are you looking for? Hey, T Monet on YouTube, LPN Bridge into BSN. All right. Y'all, let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get it. All right. So, if you have not met me, I'm Nursey, a blessed RN, and I am a registered nurse. I do have a bachelor's degree, and I help student nurses overcome dosage calculations. That's my motto: defeat dosage. All 2024. Nursey gets degrees. Let's get it. So, if you are new to the live, make sure that you double tap and you tell me which program you're in. If you would like to see these questions again on the replay, you can go over to YouTube and follow me and you'll see the previous sessions, the session that's on tonight. We're live right now, so hey YouTube. And then once we get done studying, I'll cut it off and then the replay will be available there. I also have problems that are broken down, like just individual problems, not like a whole live session. So if you're looking for a specific Get the heck up out of here. Thank you is you multiply your weight that you convert by the micrograms, and then you do either your desire or your ratio. But y'all are probably stronger in math. And that's okay, because I didn't like this way in school. Just to be honest and open and transparent, I ain't like all of this. I was like, I don't get it. It made no sense. It seemed like it was long and tedious, and I just didn't like it. And I was a pharmacy technician before I was a nurse, so I knew how to do all like the little math parts. But a lot of people don't like math, so this is not doing math. We just solving problems, puzzles. Yeah. Okay. All right. Weight base is cool. All right, so the doctor orders a 500 milliliter bag of IV normal saline to be infused at 20 drops per minute. The drip factor is 10 drops per milliliter. You start the infusion at 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:20. At what time will the infusion be complete? All right, so what is our goal? Our goal is time, okay? So we're going to be looking for hours, all right? So we are looking for hours because when we get a whole number, the number behind the decimal is going to be the minutes, okay? So we need to figure out how long, so how many hours, how many minutes will this take to do for it to infuse, all right? So we are going to be looking for hours, and that's it, okay? Time equals hours. So what are our puzzle pieces? We got 500 mLs. Okay, and then we've got it going at 20 drops per minute. And then the drop factor is 10 drops per milliliter. And we need to find hours. It's okay. You can go to YouTube and watch the replay if you missed it, okay? So listen, we don't have hours anywhere, do we? Have minutes in our puzzle pieces, but we can always start what you're looking for. If you're confused on where to start with what you're looking for. We don't have minutes here, but I'm going to put my hours anyway, because I know that 1 hour is 60 minutes. Okay? So now I've got my minutes at the bottom, and I can use this puzzle piece with the minutes in it to cross them out. I'm going to flip it because I need it at the top. So I'll put minute over 20 drops. All right, your minutes cross out, and now you got drops at the bottom. So I use this. So 10 drops per milliliter. Your drops cross out. Now you've got your milliliters. So I'm going to use this puzzle piece, and it's not in a relationship with anything else. It's by itself, right? So your milliliters cross out, and everything is gone except for how many hours, right? And that's the goal. So we'll do 10 times 500 divided by 60 divided by 20. And that is going to be 4.16 repeating hours, right? So listen, this part is the hours, and everything behind the decimal is the minutes. Because there are 60 minutes in an hour, we're going to take everything behind the decimal and multiply it by 60. And that's going to tell us how many minutes that is. So 0.16, I just use 2 decimal places. If you have to round it, if it's significant enough to be rounded, you'll see, okay? So 0.16 times 60, that's going to be 9.6, which is 10 minutes. Just round it to the nearest minute, okay? So if it takes 4 hours and 10 minutes, right, to infuse, we started at 01:20 in the morning, right? And we need it to go over 4 hours and 10 minutes. You just add the times together. So this part is the minutes. This part is the hours. So 20 minutes plus 10 minutes is going to be 30 minutes. 1 plus 4, that's going to be 0.5. So our ending time is going to be 05:30. Go ahead, Alicia. Yes, Mimi Panini. I love it. Okay. What do y'all think about this one? It kind of got quiet. Do we need to go back over it? I'm not opposed. She said, pass me my dosage. Calc, I'm ready. That's what's up. A lot going on. So yeah, Candace. Candace, are the first thing that you have to do is to find out how long it will take for the infusion to be infused. So that's why we looked for the hours. And when we got hours, we know that we had a decimal. So we needed to know the hours and the minutes, because what is 4.16 hours? I don't know that. I know 4.15 hours is going to be 4 hours and 30 minutes, because half an hour is 30 minutes. But 0.16 of an hour, I don't know. So that's why we multiplied it by 60. And we got that it was 9.6 minutes, which is 10 minutes. And so it takes 4 hours and 10 minutes for this infusion to drip, 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 drip into your patient's veins, right? And if you started it at 1:20 in the morning, 4 hours and 10 minutes later, it'll be 5:30 when it ends. All right. Should I stay in and learn? Heck yeah, stay here. Alrighty, so processing but making sense. This makes me excited for my exam in a few weeks. Me too. I like the excitement. Can I do another one? She, her. I think I got another one on here. I put together some problems and threw them in an album to have them queued up. So I'm not sure if I got another one. I know I do have Heparin because somebody has asked me to do Heparin. So do you think this applies to me if I want to get into LPN school? Heck yeah, it does. LPNs are nurses too. And this is nursing math. This is med school math. This is pharmacy math. This is all kind of folks who do medicine math. I love this method. Now I want to go practice conversions, even though I'm not a nurse. Go ahead. I'm telling you, it's lit. Is there anywhere where you have these slides available to view back, or I just do them on live? So Jennifer, if you go over to my YouTube channel, it's streaming live right now. As soon as we get done studying, you can look at the replay. And there are replays from like sessions all the way back to last year, and there are also problems like this that are individually broken down, so you don't have to watch a whole hour and 20 or however long we're going to be on here to see the problems. So 60 is minutes, 60 minutes. Elegant. Jenna, what do you mean 60? I don't know what you're asking me. Amazing. You make it look easy. Nice. Yes, I want it to be easy. All right. She, her, I start my ABSN in the fall. That's awesome. Can I go over differential equations? I don't know what it is. I've done BSA for tonight. I start off with the easier one so you can view the replay. Any tips on how to study for the HESI? If it's like the T's, is it like T's? I know Jakara Lewis does a lot of math in HESI T's review. Sorry, you just joined in. What math this is? This is dosage calculations for any medical profession, but I am a nurse, so a lot of these students right here are nursing students. I'm a lifesaver. Yes. Save a life. Be a RN. Be a LPN. Save a life. My exam is coming up soon, and God, this is a lot, but I got this. It is, but you can, it takes practice, y'all. I make it look easy. Like I said, I've been a nurse for 14 years. I was a pharmacy technician for 4 or 5 years. I can't remember before that. Like, I know what I'm doing. So I make it look easy. I break it down so that you can do it the same. But what it says, faith without works is dead. So you got to have faith in and trust the process, but you also got to practice these problems. Write your units out by your numbers, set it up, cross them out. You've got to practice it. The more that you do it and the more that you see these problems, the more familiar you'll get with fluff, with identifying the goal, with identifying your relationships or your puzzle pieces. All right. My name on YouTube is the same on here, a Blessed RN. It's the same for all of my social media handles. And I appreciate you guys supporting me as I support you. I appreciate it so much. All right. What is this? What is this one? Ooh, this is the one I was talking about. The micrograms per kilogram per minute. Hey. Yes, Gabby. If you stay towards the end, I pray over my live sessions. I don't get offended if people want to leave. You can stay for the prayer if you want to, or you can see me on Sunday night or whenever I come on. But yes, definitely, faith without works is dead. So a client weighing 125 pounds is receiving drug D at 15 milliliters per hour. Drug D is labeled 500 milligrams and 250 milliliters of normal saline. How many micrograms per kilogram per minute is the patient receiving? So our goal is microgram per kilogram per minute, right? Because we said those three are in a relationship and they stay together. So that's how we're always going to write it. 1 unit at the top, 2 at the bottom. So our goal, our picture, our puzzle needs to look like micrograms on the top, kilograms, and minutes on the bottom. They don't need to be side by side, okay? They don't have to be stuck together. They just have to be on the bottom, okay? All right. So what are our puzzle pieces? This is the weight-based problem, so we know we need the patient's weight, right? So 125 pounds. We've got drug D going at 15 milliliters per hour. And then we know that the medicine is 500 milligrams floating around at 250 mLs of normal saline. Those are all our puzzle pieces that we have, right? So we need to start with what we're looking for on the top, right? We're looking for micrograms. We don't have any micrograms, right? We got milligrams, but we're still going to start with what we're looking for. You start with what you're looking for, you ain't got to go and find it, okay? So we know that micrograms need to go on the top, milligrams will go on the bottom. So 1 milligram is what? 1,000 micrograms, okay? So now I've got my milligrams at the bottom. I can put this one right here, right? 500 mgs over 250 mLs. Your milligrams cross out. Now we got milliliters, so I can use this one. So 15 mLs over hours, they cross out. And now I've got hours at the bottom, right? I need minutes at the bottom. She, her. I got 1,000 micrograms because I needed to start out with my micrograms. None of my puzzle pieces had a microgram in them. They had a milligram. I know that I can convert milligrams to micrograms. 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms. So 1 milligram cookie equals 1,000 little microgram crumbs that would come together to make that cookie, okay? So now I got my hour at the bottom. So we know we got microgram at the top, which is part of the goal because that's what we started with. Now we got hour. So I'm going to put 1 hour is 60 minutes. So now my hour crosses out. So now I've got another part of my goal. And the last part is to get kilograms at the bottom, right? So I've got my weight that is in pounds. So I know I can convert pounds to kilograms. So I'll put my pounds on the top and my kgs on the bottom. So on this case, 1 kg is at the bottom, 2.2 pounds is at the top. Now I need to get rid of my pounds that are at the top because remember, I got my kilogram at the bottom because that's my goal. That's part of the puzzle, right? So now the patient's weight is 125 pounds. I'll put it at the bottom because this time my weight got to go at the bottom because it needs to cross out with my pounds at the top. And I'll put my 1 at the top this time. Okie dokie. Now everything has crossed out except for micrograms at the top, kilograms, and minutes at the bottom. And that's how you do that one. Woo! So we'll do 1,000 times 500 times 15 times 2.2 divided by 250 divided by 60 divided by 125. I got 8.8 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Big per. Let's see what y'all got up in here. Oh my gosh, y'all have been just typing away in this chat. Okay, any tips to lifesaver? Thank you. Okay, 4.16. I missed that. 4.16 where? It's probably another one. Can you do more of the rounding rules? Oh yeah, we can go over rounding. We sure can. And then somebody got an exam tomorrow. Um, let's see. Yep. I'm just trying to go through all these comments. I'm sorry. I can't look on the screen and focus like when I'm doing the math problem. So I hate dead silence and like dead space, but I'm just like, okay, let me read now. I need to eat these words. This just to help the word problems. Okay. And one milliliter is 1 milliliter. Mass and volume, they can't interchange. So 1 milligram would be 1,000 milligrams. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I heard her say milliliter. Thank you. Did I say mill? I probably did. I ain't gonna even lie. It's the end of the day. So look, check me, boo. Please check me. Because I am human. Alrighty. Here we go. So here's heparin. This is important because you will be giving out some heparin. As many heart attacks and AFib cases and DVTs and PEs come throughout the hospital. You're going to see some heparin somewhere in your life, okay? So your patient has a DVT. What is a DVT, you guys? Is ordered for a heparin infusion to start at 18 units per kilogram per hour per the practitioner's order. His weight is 85 kilograms. The heparin infusion comes in a 500 ml bag with 25,000 units. Calculate the starting rates of the infusion. Your patient's PTT result is 55. The infusion dose should be increased by 2 units per kilogram per hour. What is the new rate for the infusion? Okay, so yes, it is a blood clot, deep vein thrombosis. I've been following you for a while. Last week I failed my dosage exam. This Monday I passed it. Hey, see it, the squid, get it. Hey, you're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. That's what's up. Love to see it. Love to see it. Yep. All right, so this has 2 questions in it. I'm so lit now. I love it when y'all come on. Please let me know if y'all are passing. We love to celebrate you. Any victory is not, is to be celebrated. No victory is too small. Like, you guys can do this. I promise you can. I know nursing school is huge and you got a lot on you. You got life in, and life seems to life the most when you're in nursing school. I had 2 traumatic events happen to me while I was in nursing school. It was just a whole mess. But get through it. You can do it. I promise you can. Okay, so this question is asking 2 things. So you're starting a drip on the patient who has a DVT, and it starts at 18 units per kilogram per hour. All right, and so this is a weight-based drug, so it depends on how much the patient weighs. So we are going to see how much to set the infusion pump. So you can give a IV 2 ways. You can give it in a pump with the IV pump, infusion pump, or you can give it via gravity. Your gravity is when you have those problems with the drip factor in it. That's when it's a gravity problem, right? So this one, it has to be on a pump. And so we're going to look for milliliter per hour. If you see IV infusion pump, that's usually most 99.9% of the time going to be looking for milliliter per hour. So that's going to be our goal, ml per hour. Okay, so remember, this is a weight-based problem. So those are the 3 P's, right? The patient's weight, the prescription, and your product. So the patient's weight is 85 kgs. So I'm going to write it to the side. Your prescription is 18 units per kilogram per hour. And then your prescription is going to be 500 milliliters, and it's got 25, 1, 2, 3 zeros, right? Units. I'm supposed to write units out. You're supposed to write units. You're not supposed to use you. Don't do that, okay? So now we are looking for milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. So we'll use this puzzle piece, all right? So 500 mLs over 25,000 units, okay? So then we have 18 units per kilogram per hour. Units cross out. Okay, now we've got kilogram and hour at the bottom. So hour can stay, kilogram has got to go. So we'll use our 85 kilograms. And remember, it's living single. It's not with anybody, so it'll go over 1. So boom, kilograms crosses out, and now you have milliliter per hour. And you're finished. So you can do 500 times 18 times 85 divided by 25,000. And that is going to be 30.6. All right, rounding time. Rounding time. If we were to round this to the nearest whole number, what will our answer be? So if everything to the left is the whole number, right? So we need to go round right. So you go 1 decimal place to the right. So this number is a 6, right? So we round it up 1 digit, and then everything else is gone. So it'll be 31 milliliters per hour. Okay? Boom, you got it. Okay? So that was the first part of this problem. Remember, it's a 2-part, 2-step. All right, come back. Okay. So the patient's PTT, right? 5 or more rise up. Yeah, I like that too. I like it to rhyme so it can stick. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so the patient has to be on this medicine, and so every 6 hours or per your hospital's protocol, you will have to monitor their coag labs, right? So that's a PTT or anti-XA or anti-10A. And so it's 55. So we don't got enough heparin in the blood. So they can still form a clot, right? Or that clot can get bigger and then break loose, and then all hell is broken loose, right? So we need to increase this infusion by 2 units per kilogram per hour. So that is what's calling a titration. Titration is big word for change the drip. Everything in the medical field has to sound complicated and seem harder than what it is. I don't like that, but I mean, it is what it is. So we're going to titrate this drip. And you could just add right off the bat at 18 units plus 2 units, then solve. Amy Lee, you got it, baby. You got it. You got it, girl. You got it. In the words of Christopher Maurice Brown. All right. So 18 plus 2. So 18 units plus 2 units is going to be 20 units. So now instead of 18 units per kilogram per hour, it's going to be 20 units per kg per hour. You see how easy that was? I know it probably seemed really like, well, how I'm going to titrate it? I'm going to add this and add that. That's all you did was add 2 units to the rate that you started with. So now we've got 500 mLs over 25,000 units times 20 units per kilogram per hour. Your units cross out, and then 85 kgs over 1 kilograms cross out, and you're left with milliliter per hour. Okay, so now 500 times 20 times 85 divided by 25,000. So that's going to be 34 milliliters per hour. Infusion rate equals milliliter per hour. Yep. Really, my God, this is confusing. It can seem a lot, but that's kind of like why we're here. Get your questions out, get it wrong here, get it frustrated here, ace it on the test. It's a 2-part problem. We need to start the heparin drip at this beginning rate. And that was the first part that we did. You use the patient's weight, the medicine that's available, and your ordered amount. And so we found that out. And then their labs came back. We've got to increase it by 2 units. And it's not even that complicated. it's not even that complicated in the hospital because you can just put it in the, I know the pumps that we had, you could just increase it by the units per hour. Like, you didn't have to do this long drawn out process. So I don't want y'all to get scared. It is important that you know the math behind it, that you see the amounts, that you get the thinking process gone down, because somebody had tagged me in this video, and they got like 35 times the amount of ketamine. Um, yeah, and it was wild. It was wild. So yeah. Yeah, and yeah, they were yeah. I mean, it was actual like case, like the court proceedings, like they had the, yeah, it was wild. So you got to know what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Computers are nice, pharmacists are nice, doctors cool, but everybody's human. Mistakes can be made. That's why it goes through multiple people before it goes to the patient. Unfortunately, some stuff like that happens, but we want to be confident. We want to be prudent. We want to be sure. We want to do what we can to take care of our patients, and that includes being knowledgeable and being experts in our fields. Right? All right. There is 335 milliliters remaining in the IV bag. The IV is infusing at 75 milliliters per hour. How much longer will the IV run? Oh, my eyes bothering me. What is normal patient's PT? So different labs will have different numbers, usually like 65 to like 105. And it just depends on the hospital, because like sometimes you'll go to a hospital, like I traveled during COVID, and like the lab that was at my normal hospital that I worked at back home versus what the place that I worked at, it was different, and they'll have it. But they'll have like a protocol that's like, if it's between this number and this number, keep it the same, or if it's not enough, then increase it by this much, or give a bolus amount to kind of like boost it up and then increase it. Or if it's way, way, way too much, they'll tell you to hold it for like an hour and then decrease the rate. Do you like to use the doctor's order divided by what's on hand for supply? Desire over half is cool, Shar. So my thing is, I like to do all of my problems the same way, and I like to teach people to do them the same way. Desired over half is a cool shorthand, but desired over half runs out because sometimes you don't have your desired. You got to do some math, and sometimes the math don't be mathing for folks. So that's why I teach the puzzle piece method. So desire is cool, it get the job done, but when you get to some of these more complicated ones, or like stuff like this, like there's not a desire over half for this, and you'll be sitting up there trying to figure out, what's my desire, what do I have? A hot mess. That's what you have, because it's not gonna work for this. So our goal is to find how much longer will the IV run, so time, right? And it says to express your answer in hours and minutes. Okay, so we're going to be looking for hours, because remember, when we get the answer, and it'll have the hour part will be the number on the whole number, so to the left of the decimal, and then the minutes will be to the right of the decimal. So 335 milliliters is what's left in the bag. It's infusing at 75 milliliters per hour. Okay, so we want to get what? Hours, right? Everything else has to cross out. So we'll do this one. So we'll do hour over 75 milliliter, okay? And then we have 335 milliliters. It's not with anything. It's by itself. Don't try to put it with nothing. If it's by itself in the equation or in the problem, don't try to put it with stuff. Because some people are like, well, this per this per this per this. No. If it don't go together, leave it alone, okay? Boom. So 1, it's by itself. Milliliters crosses out, and then we've got nothing but hours left, and that's it. That was that simple, right? So 335 divided by 75 is going to be 4.46 repeating, right? So this is the hour part. This is the minute part. So we'll take everything behind the decimal. So 4.6 times 60, and we'll get how many minutes that is. So 0.46 times 60. And that's going to be 27.6. So we'll do 28. So it takes 4 hours and 28 minutes. Excuse me. Okay. Any questions about this one? Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. I don't know how many more I got. I got about 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 problems left. Lord. Hey, chocolate almonds. It's okay. Better late than never. All right. So, GTT per minute, right? This is what it's asking us. I didn't even read it. I just saw it. I'm sorry. 750 milliliters of lactated ringer is to go over 6 hours, right? Available is a 750 milliliter bag with LR in it. So it's lactated ringers. And it's got a drip factor of 15 drops per milliliter. We're looking for how many drops per minute will the nurse administer. So we'll do GTT per minute. My throat's getting dry. All right. So what are our puzzle pieces? 750 milliliters is to go over. It literally tells you to put it over 6 hours. So we'll put it over 6 hours. And then we've got a drop factor of 15 drops per milliliter. Okay. So we're looking for drops. We start with our drops. 15 drops per ml times your 750 milliliters over your 6 hours. Your milliliters cross out. We've got hours at the bottom, but we need minutes at the bottom. So we'll do 1 hour over 60 minutes. Your hours crosses out, and now you have drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. And that's it. So 15 times 750 divided by 6 divided by 60. And that's going to be 31.25. Okay. So rounding time. We've got to round to the whole number. So this is your whole number. You go one space to the right. That is 4 and below. So low to the flow. I don't know. 31. We got to come up with something, y'all. So 31 drops per minute is our answer. I don't know. I'm trying to make it so it sticks. All right. So your patient has an order to receive a heparin bolus of 2,000 units, followed by an IV drip of 12 units per kilogram per hour. Your patient weighs 123 pounds. 5 and above, give it a shove. 4 and below, let it go. Ah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. I like the 5 and above, give it a shove. The 4 and below, we got to do something. 5 or more, rise the score. 4 less, let it rest. Oh, I like that. I like that one. But I like to give it a shove. I don't know. Anyways, okay, back to the problem. So, what will you give your patient for the initial bolus? And then what will you set your IV pump for a continuous drip if your 250 ml bag is labeled 40,000 units in heparin? Okay. So, this is a 2-part problem. Bolus. Bolus is big word for give one-time dose of medicine. So, we know that the heparin's got to be at a level that's therapeutic and effective, right? So, you got to give it a So what you'll do is give a bolus. So a one-time dose that's going to go right there to the blood, right? And it's going to get it to where it needs to be. Then that drip is going to maintain the level of heparin, okay? So your patient who has a DVT, PE, AFib, MI doesn't throw a clot, right? So the bolus, we are going to be looking for milliliters, okay? So what will you give your patient for the bolus? So it tells me that I have 2,000 units that's ordered, and then this is coming out the vial because we're not taking it out the bag. The bag is reserved for the drip, right? So our heparin vial is a vial with 1,000 units per milliliter. So I'll start with my milliliter. So this is where you could do, somebody asked me about a desired over half. Hey, Nurse Kevin, thank you for the rose. If you still here, I didn't even see it. See, I told you I don't even see stuff. I'm so sorry. If y'all ain't following Nurse Kevin, y'all go follow him too. Because he gonna help you break down these nursing school questions and prepare for the NCLEX. All right, so this is where you could do a desired over half, a little quick one, but I mean, it's essentially the same thing, okay? So, milliliter over 1,000 units times your 2,000 units over 1. Units cross out, you're left with milliliters. So, 2,000 divided by 1,000 is going to be 2 milliliters, and that's that, okay? Boom, chicka bow bow. So, now we've got to do our drip. So remember when I said IV infusion or continuous drip, that is going to be milliliter per hour. Go milliliter per hour. All right, this is a weight-based drug, so the patient's weight, PPP, patient's weight, prescription, and your product. So the patient weighs 123 pounds. Your prescription is for 12 units per kilogram per hour. So 12 units per kilogram per hour. And then the medicine is in a bag, right? And it's a 250 milliliter bag with 40,000 units in it. Okay? If we are looking for milliliter, we start with milliliter. Start with what you're looking for. You ain't got to do nothing but stay your ethnicity and pass on. But if you would like for it to be a little bit easier or you don't know where to start with what you're looking for, okay? So now we got units at the bottom. We need units at the top. So that's this puzzle piece. So 12 units over kilogram per hour. Units cross out. And now we have kilogram per hour at the bottom, right? We need those kilograms gone. Our patient's weight is in pounds, so we'll need the conversion. 1 kg, 2.2 pounds. Kgs crossed out, and then we have 123 pounds over 1. And you have milliliter per hour, which is your goal, milliliter per hour. And that's that. So we'll do 250 times 12 times 123 divided by 40,000 divided by 2.2, which is 4.19. Is that what you guys got? Do you have a method to and how to study your puzzle order? Yeah. If you go to this website right here and put /resources on the end of it, then I have all types of study sheets and cheat sheets and conversion charts, practice questions, and like step-by-step guide on how you set it up with what you start with, what you need, how to do it, and it's free. FREE, yep, that's me, creditreport.com, baby. Y'all remember that commercial? Everybody was checking their credit. I know I was checking my credit because I had to get my credit right. All right. So did y'all get 4.19? That's what I got. 250 times 12 times 123 divided by 40,000 divided by 2.2. Yup. All right. So we were to round this to the nearest whole number. What would our answer be? Well, we said 5 or more, raise the score. 4 or less, let it rest. I like it. So yes, our answer would be 4 mLs per hour. Boom. Boom, chapat, chapat. What is up? What is left? Okay, we almost done. Because I'm getting a little tired. All right. right. So, ooh, what we got? A client weighs 160 pounds, 65 pounds, excuse me. Nurses to start drug D at 10 mics per kilogram per minute. Drug D is labeled 500 milligrams and 250 mLs of normal saline. How many milliliters per hour will the IV infuse? So this is just good practice, doing these puzzle pieces back to back to back to back, right? We're doing it the same exact way, seeing what the question is asking us, pulling out our puzzle pieces and our important information to the side, and then setting up the problem, start with what we're looking for, right? So this is a weight-based problem. You see the patient's weight and you see the order. It's got the weight that requires it in there, right? So boom, 165, and then our prescription is 10 mics per kilogram per minute. And then our product is 500 mgs and 250 ml. Okay, so if we're looking for ml, we're going to start with the puzzle piece that has ml in it. So 250 milliliters over 500 milligrams. So then we'll do 1 milligram is 1,000 micrograms, because we don't have another puzzle piece with the micrograms in it or milligrams in it, so we needed it to cross out. It's got to go. So then we can put our 10 micrograms per kilogram per minute. Micrograms crosses out. I got kilograms in minutes. So now I need to do 1 kg is 2.2 pounds. My patient weighs 165 pounds. Kgs crossed out, pounds crossed out, and then I put my minutes. So 60 minutes over 1 hour. Minute crosses out. Everything is gone now except milliliter per hour. Do I record the videos? Yes. It is streaming live on YouTube right now. Once we get done with these other 2 questions, I will cut it off and you can view it at your heart's content. Yes, and then other sessions are also on the playlist, and other problems are on the playlist too. I got 22.5 milliliters per hour. Hey, how you doing? The website, I'll show it to you. That and put /resources, \resources, and you just put in your email, and then you can I'm trying to do like this huge upload. It's like some more practice questions. I know people about to start school, so I've been working hard. So just keep your eye out. All right, boom. Next to the last question. Drug A, 1 gram, IV piggyback every 8 hours. The pharmacy supplies drug A in 100 milliliters of D5W. You need to infuse it over 30 minutes. With a drop factor of 10 drops per milliliter, what drip rate will you set? Okay, so remember, this is a gravity one because we've got a drop factor in there. Okay, so what we will do is look for a goal of drop per minute, because that's your drip rate. Okay, so what are our puzzle piece? What's the fluff in here? Because we got a lot of stuff going on, and you probably looking at the question like, where do I even begin? Okay, so remember, we're looking for volume over time. Are we looking for a gram? Are we looking for a milligram? Are we looking for a microgram? We're not looking for none of that, right? So this is going to be fluff. Remember, this is big word for fluff. We're not using this right now. Now, pay attention real quick. This part is called a frequency. The frequency is how often you would give 1 dose in a day, okay? So in 1 day, which is 24 hours, you would give this medicine every 8 hours. So you would give 24 times divided by 8, which would be 3 times a day. That don't matter, does it? Because it didn't ask us how many times a day are we going to give this medicine. It wants to know how long we need to drip, how many minutes that we need to set it, right? So volume over time. So this right here is the fluff 2. Just because you see hours don't mean that that's what you need. It tells us that we need 100 milliliters to go over 30 minutes. Okay, so don't get confused when you see all these times and you're like, which one do I use? It will literally tell you what to infuse it over, or what to give it over, or how long to give it in. Okay, look for those keywords. So we know we've got 100 mLs over 30 minutes, and then we got a drop factor of 10 drops per milliliter. So now we're going to start what we're looking for. So 10 drops per milliliter need to go. So we'll do 100 milliliters over 30 minutes. And so we'll cross out our milliliters, and lo and behold, we have drops on the top and minutes on the bottom. Okay, so we'll do 10 times 100 divided by 30, which would be 33.333333 repeating. So we know that I've never seen a third of a drip. We need to round this to the nearest whole number, and that is going to be 33 drops per minute. 33 and a third. Right? Okay, now last one is a insulin problem. Okay, question. Your little bit of tittle bittle sprinkle of farm. What is the only insulin that you can give IV? Ding, ding, ding. Come on, Fumi. Come on, Brooke. Come on, Tosh. Come on, Shikarasha. No, you said rapid. Oh no, not rapid. That's the wrong aura. Wrong R. Regular. Don't give nobody no rapid insulin in their IV. Don't you do that. Okay. I was like, wait a minute, no. Hold on. Wrong R. But regular human insulin. Okay? So the order is for regular insulin, 17 units per hour, IV, right? Available is regular insulin, 150 units and 150 mLs of normal saline. How many milliliters per hour will the nurse set the pump? Okay, so we know we are looking for milliliter per hour. All right, so what are our puzzle pieces? We got the ordered dose as 17 units per hour. Okay, and we've got available from the pharmacy 150 units per 150 ml. Okay, if we're looking for milliliter, we start with milliliter, so we'll start with this one. So 150 milliliters over 150 units. I put my units on top so I can cross it out with what's on the bottom. Boom, boom. And units is gone, and now you have milliliter on the top and hour on the bottom. So it'll be 150 times 17 divided by 150, which is going to be 17 milliliters per hour. Boom, baby. And that concludes all of the questions I have for tonight. Yes. Okay. Thank you for whoever joined me on YouTube. It was a pleasure